Hello, my gorgeous ghouls and goblins. Welcome to another episode of Kansas City Goth Coffee. Welcome, welcome. We're back at home today. I'm with my really good friend. I'm Sherry. And we are here today to talk about goth music. So we're going to just go over our top 5 and why, our reasoning for that. And of course, you can't forget there's just thousands of songs that get honorable mention. I mean, there's so many bands that aren't even on our top 5s that you're like, you start thinking about it and you're just like, oh my goodness. What is your first song? Number 5.
I'll start with Susie and the Banshees, Cities in Dust. Now, it's said that in 1979, Susie did declare their band was goth.
Okay.
So she was the first one to do so, as far as claiming the goth
label.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Gotcha. I love this song.
Look at influencers of goth. You start with what she was listening to. One of the earlier influences being David Bowie.
Oh, well.
What were his influences? And this goes really back to some great music across the board, and not just UK music,
right.
But he was into James Brown, and some of the early, I don't know what, early rock and roll, I guess, is what you would...
Like the beginnings of it.
Yes.
Yeah. There was a very interesting character. Like, he predates Alice Cooper, and his name is Screamin' Jay Hawkins. And he uses skulls, and he's got this robe on that's all sparkly and, does all this theatrics. And he's very into, operatic vocals and macabre themes and stuff. So it can go all the way back there, to kind of get that vibe.
That's what's fun, is listening to or seeing the influences of other artists. And it's like, yeah, I can totally hear that, or I can see that in them. It's fun to notice those connections, how we think it's one thing, but really it's more intertwined than we ever imagined.
And in the background is our friend Kayla. You remember from the makeup videos that we did earlier, and she's over hanging out too. So hi.
Jim Morrison from The Doors was considered to be one of the first goth people.
Yeah, it was termed, coined goth was The Doors, and that makes total sense. I mean, when you listen to some of the songs, the end, that's an excellent choice, because it has all of the things that goth kind of evolved into in the 70s. I started reading my Art of Darkness book by Mr. Rob, and it is wonderful. Everybody should get a copy of this. It's well done. It's very well done. I haven't finished it, but very, very well done book, and it also offers a lot of history too.
During this same time period in music was another influence of David Bowie's, and that was the Velvet Underground. Which
absolutely,
you can kind of hear in there. And also, one of the surprising ones was Syd Barrett, who had been one of the original members of Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
And I was listening to a song of his, and I could very much pick up where David Bowie would have
gotten that influence.
Yes, gotten that influence. And Pink Floyd is actually an influencer of more than David Bowie. Also, I believe it was Robert Smith. You wouldn't have associated them at all as being goth,
right?
At all. So it's just making that connection is surprising, interesting, and really nice.
It's always good to try to find out the influences on people that you love and artists that you love. What do they love? And then it kind of opens up a lot of different options for people, you know, and different stuff. And so I love the fact that you're always up on new stuff, because then I can tap that and be like, okay, Sherry, what now? What do we got? You know, when I'm wanting to, you know, get outside of my box. So,
and for me, it's fun to go back to my roots, which are the Doors and are Pink Floyd from when I was very young, and to find myself listening to what I liked later on, but still finding that they were part of the root
of your subculture. My number 5. So I went across my life and I picked things that they're important to me. My number 5 is Typo Negative, Black Number 1. Because his voice, I don't even know how to describe it.
I can. It goes straight to your panties.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's funny. But that voice, I mean, everyone who loves Typo Negative knows exactly what I'm talking about. When that voice hits, you're like, oh,
chills.
It really, and I haven't heard anything like it since. You know, it's just, and I know it's their specific style. It's Typo Negative's style. It's his voice. It's the guitars. It's, you know, and I love his sense of humor, you know. I mean, come on, you want to go out, but it's raining and blowing. You can't go out because your roots are showing. I mean, Dying Black, it's hilarious. And I'm like, yeah, I like that a lot. He was the whole package, you know, he really was.
The rest of the band reformed right after his death, and they're A Pale Horse Named Death.
Yes.
Which they're great. I mean, because the singer of A Pale Horse Named Death sang on Typo all the time with him. So it's Typo just missing him.
I know.
Which it's sad, but at least it's got some flavor.
Right. And they did, they did reform and did all the things. But yeah, it's just not the same.
It's not.
That's my number 5. So what is your number 4?
Well, really, it's hard to put them in order, but one of my favorite Cure songs is Burn.
Oh, me too. That's on my list. That's my number 3. Yes. So, okay, we'll go out of order. So, yes, Burn. But Burn hits that place in my heart. It just does.
Yes.
And I don't know how I feel that they've redone it. There hasn't been a lot of publicity about it, but they redid The Crow.
What?
Yeah. They redid The Crow, and that one. And I don't know how I feel about that, because this is almost holy. This is almost holy ground for me, because I was a huge fan of Brandon Lee when I was a kid. I thought he was an amazing, you know, actor. I loved his martial arts performances in movies like Rapid Fire and things like that. I loved. And then when The Crow came out, I mean, it stopped everything. I mean, we all were just like, "Bah?" And it was amazing. And he died, you know, during the filming. So there was that sacrifice. So it becomes hallowed ground. And then when Hollywood comes back, we're like, "Oh, we're rebooting it." Like, no, you're not. Just like when they redid Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm sure it was fine, but no, it's not. No,
right.
No.
Some things you just can't.
You just
repeat.
don't. So, I mean, but this song just, it's wonderful.
So what's your number 4?
Oh, my number 4 is Sisters of Mercy, Lucrezia, My Reflection.
Mine too.
Yeah. I love their style. It's different. It's just different enough so it doesn't sound all the same, you know. And there's a lot of like attention to detail in their music. It's very attractive to me. And again, these are all our opinions. You know, everybody's got their top 5. You know, I watched High Fidelity way too much years ago. So it's easy for me to, as a Virgo, to put the top 5, you know, whatever. But honestly, all these songs are just precursors to other songs. I mean, it's just, this is the surface of the rabbit hole that we are delving into, you know. There it is, Lucrezia, My Reflection. Hand dancing. Get the spider webs. Get the spider webs. Get the spider webs. That's on both of our lists.
Yes, it is, absolutely.
So why is Lucrezia on your list?
I liked everything about this song, but just Sisters of Mercy in general, I didn't hear them until I was in Denver visiting my sister once, and we were at a club and they played it, and it might have been this song, I'm not sure.
It's okay.
It was a few years ago, and but I just loved them, and I had to find out who it was. It just spoke to me.
Yep.
And I hadn't heard anything like it on radio in Kansas City.
Right.
And so I brought that home to my friends, and was just really inspired by it, and started looking for more like it.
Yeah.
So
they definitely have their own sound.
Yeah, they do.
And like that's my jam, and run out on the dance floor. So yeah,
I really didn't ever think that I would get an opportunity to see them perform, and so for them to be touring again is amazing.
I'm so excited. Got my tickets. Yes, yeah. The Uptown Theater is great, and it's coming in June, so we're very excited. So yeah, I'm very excited, and it looks like the set list from previous ones. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. So hopefully they'll be not exhausted and worn out by the time they get to Kansas City.
Right.
And I'm fingers crossing that Susie gets a wild hair, and it's just like, I'll do an American tour instead of just that one date at the Cruel World Festival. I was like, well, okay, well, there's the whole country that wants to see you, girl. Get over here. Come on. Especially the Midwest. So,
Yeah, get over.
For me, the song just hits every single happy, you want to dance. Yes. And I love things that make me want to dance, because I still love, at my wonderful age, to go. We have some very wonderful, inclusive bars that play this music, and they also don't care if you're older and want to jam out. They're very accommodating to us. We're not the 20-somethings. We just want to go and hear and really enjoy. And it's such a joy to hear the music you love played in a club. It's not the grocery store, it's not the mall, you're not here, and it's wonderful to be able to feel it again. Like the speakers are bumping and you can feel that bass line, and it's just,
and everybody around you is into the same music.
Yeah.
I felt like on an island for a long time, until I found people that also like the same music.
Yes.
It's such a, not that the music my friends like is bad, but it made me tired.
Well, yeah, and you always like to look for new.
Yes,
so
I do.
You're constantly craving new, and so you have to feed that.
Right. And I don't understand why everybody isn't like that, but I do understand where you are in your wheelhouse, and you have your comfort around you, and you like what you like, and it is hard to get out there and find new music that
sounds like, or is in the same, like I found Vision Video, and I totally dig their sound. It's very reminiscent. I love the lyrics. He's got something to say. They've got something to say. They have I love that about them. And
she passed away.
Yes.
Twin Tribes. Drab Majesty is one of the newer ones. I really like their sound.
Well, who is your number 3?
Fields of Nephilim. Probably Last Exit for the Lost.
Okay.
That one really is.
And why is that? Give me your reasoning. Why is Fields of Nephilim on your top 5?
They're just very mysterious to me. The sound is mysterious. The songs are. They just kind of take you to not here. I mean, it just really takes you to.
I feel that way about Dead Can Dance.
Yeah, they're the same way, right? They really take you somewhere else. You're not even sure where you are when it's over with.
Right.
They really have a way of transforming. Because
it's hard to pick 5.
Oh, it's impossible. Their songs are so across the board. They're all so different, and they do the most amazing things. Yep, it's just one of those feel it songs.
Yep.
Just let the music take you, you know. It's like,
he's got such a great voice.
mm-hmm.
Does it hurt? I want you to remain.
Chills.
Oh, it's so great. I love that. This is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like a gentle story.
This is a vibe kind of song.
It is.
You have to vibe to this kind of thing. You're just, yes. I could see myself in a park. So my number 2 is going to go out of the wheelhouse a little bit. It's not goth per se. Neither was Typo Negative, so I don't care. I love this song on a level. When I was in college when I heard this band. Concrete Blonde's Bloodletting is my number 2. I love Concrete Blonde. I love Jeanette Napolitano. I love Concrete Blonde so much. I have their entire catalog. And they're so different. I love this song because when you get to go to New Orleans, you really think about it, and it just hits every nerve of that time period. I love this song. I heard her singing Roxy and Tomorrow Wendy, and then I heard this song, and I'm like, bruh, what do you say? And so I love this song so much. Everybody in the room is like, by the river where it's warm and green. What's your number 2?
So it's a Clan of Zymox, Loneliness.
Nice. They were so good in
They were
concert
great.
too. They were at Boulevard Nights. They came to Kansas City, and it was an amazing show. They were so nice and inclusive, and we were all just having a great time. So it was a really good show.
Everything you've played so far, this feeling, this melancholy, that just elevates me to a different plane.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was, like I said, The Art of Darkness, I was starting to read it, and there was a quote in there from John Robb that I loved. It's called The Attractive Melancholy Lurking All Around Us. I was like, that is kind of us to a T. We love that. I just love the melancholy, you know? I mean, it just adds a kind of fucked up romance to it.
I was born in despair and melancholy. My mother was experienced 4 deaths during the pregnancy with me.
You were, yeah.
Both her grandmothers, a neighbor, the next door neighbor, and somebody. Well, I don't want to really date myself.
No, you don't have to.
JFK.
Oh.
So, and that hit the nation hard. I think that just had its impact on my whole existence.
Yeah.
And I'm just filled with creepiness. It's just.
You were destined. You were destined.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what it is for me. I mean, it was just, I was born to melancholy, and that's perfect word.
Yeah. It is. It
is.
Okay, well, what's your number 1?
Pink Turns Blue. Your Monster's Calling. It just.
Okay.
I just think this one has such a great beat.
It does.
Great sound.
That's a sick bass line.
Yeah.
And when did the song come out?
This song came out my favorite year of all, 1985.
85. Love
85
it.
is
There's
the best
so much
year.
Good shit that came out in 85. Oh. 85, 86, 87. Yes. Love
So
it.
they're considered the first generation of Gothic rock out of Germany.
Nice.
And I listen to them every day.
That's awesome. So they're an everyday go-to.
Yeah, every day.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I'm an adult in the 90s, so I also have an absolute obsession for chick rock of the 90s.
Love
like
it.
Garbage, Veruca Salt, Indigo Girls, like all of these, you know, Meredith Brooks, like all this. I love that shit too.
Angry Bitches.
Angry Bitches.
I love it.
I really dig it.
I had a CD I made up. Angry Bitches.
Poe's another really good one. Poe is great. But I love that. Tori Amos, you know, stuff like that. And so, yeah, but I love the 80s stuff. London After Midnight, you know, Lords of the New Church, like all these wonderful things. But my number one, Susie and the Banshees, Spellbound. That's my number one. That woman is, she's just an amazing artist. Her makeup, her aesthetic, the fact she didn't give a fuck. And she was there, and that voice, and you're just like, bitch, I love you. And I loved her makeup. She's just a goddess. She's a goddess. And that's it. Sorry. That's fangirling over Susie Zoo.
You have no choice.
Nightwish. I like them too.
I love Nightwish. I love older Nightwish, not newer Nightwish.
Right, but I love the operatic, just like I love Discord, you know, and we will have them on Kansas City Goth Coffee soon. But I love the opera industrial situation. It's beautiful because it's that dirty, you know, you've got those bass beats and all that guitar and all those drums and stuff, and then you have that gorgeous voice that just goes up above, you know, and it's wonderful. You want to like and hit the subscribe button. And thank you so much for joining us again for a wonderful episode. Thank you, Sherry, for talking about music. It's super fun.
Yes,
and have a wonderful day, my beautiful ghouls and goblins. Take care.